Meanwhile, we know that the majority and the minority sides of Parliament have been split on the decision on the Dom Kwabena Member of Parliamentary Adwoa Safo, even though the decision by majority side, as stated in a report, has been confirmed that her seat should be made vacant after she failed to appear before the committee. Kamla, I know you've also been following the latest developments on this. What more do we know?
Okay, so the information we are getting is that the minority on the committee said there were some recommendations that made. In fact, the final meeting of the committee, both sides of the House, that's the majority and the minority, was on Friday. This was ahead of Monday, when the report of the committee was laid. In fact, this was laid before the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, took the podium to read a statement on the media review. The minority is saying that some of the recommendations from their side that they make that should have been captured in the report have been, for want of a better word, deliberately expunged or removed from the report. And so the report as it is now does not have the entirety of the recommendations that they made. In fact, they made a point that, for instance, on the issue of Adwoa Safo, they said that the committee should give them some time to be able to, because as it stands now, they have not heard from her. They are unable to pass judgment on her. Also, they made recommendations regarding the medical records of the two other MPs, where they asked that, yes, they are not in doubt that they were sick, for which they have to seek medical attention overseas, but that some documentation should suffice, even though they are not in doubt. But that was also not captured. Then the issue of the finality as regarding what should become of Adwoa Safo was not the decision, or was not a recommendation that they, the minority, made, and that has also not been captured. Henry Wachiyado, who is a member of Parliament for the Akwetia constituency and also a member of the committee, has been speaking to me, and this is what he had to say.
Our honorable colleague member did not appear before us, as we cannot take a decision unless she appeared before the committee. So she needed maybe a time to come and maybe explain the reason why she was not able to appear before us.
Do you have to wait for her in perpetuity?
Oh no, not at all. I think we have spent a couple of months. We were told even years back, one of our colleagues also got sick. More than a year, the person was out of Parliament, but eventually he appeared before the House. So I wish maybe if she could appear before us, then we can understand her better, then we can take a decision on her.
What were some of the recommendations, for instance, that the minority group made that was not captured in the report then?
In the first place, the remarks made by the chairman of the committee to use a word, the seat has been vacant, was not what the committee decided on Adwoa Safo's case. Even our minutes was not captured from the clerk. You can check. So we overheard from other platforms or radio stations on air that the chairman of the committee, by his pronouncement, that the seat had been declared vacant. So the clerk should proceed to serve notice to Electoral Commission for by-election, which was not what we agreed, on committee level or meeting. So we don't know why what we agreed on the committee has been different from what the chairman reported to the media house.
Kamala, so do we know what the minority side intends to do about this?
Well, they have made their position clear that their recommendations have not been captured, and so if this has already been laid, and the speaker directed that the report should be distributed to members, but from my checks, it's actually not been distributed to the members. It was just, we had intercepted it. But then the minority said they would make their point very, very clear that the decisions as made by the committee and the position that they had in terms of their recommendations were not captured in the report as laid by the chairman. And so the House must take cognizance of that, and that they would insist that no decision be taken on Adwoa Safo because they have not met her, they've not heard from her. That will be their insistence.